Is my fear of aliens rational from personal experience? I would like to get opinion of everyone regarding this one incident I have had with aliens. I think I'm finally comfortable to talk about it and start telling people. So the year was 2009 and I had just returned back from school and was just eating lunch when I overheard one of our neighbors talk with my mother. The neighboring auntie was talking about how recently workers who came daily for work and returned back to village at night suddenly had started staying on the roads rather than going back to village at night. She was saying, as if talking about ghosts after this, she said the few guests had arrived in the village after almost 20 years and are now staying in the village for few days. And these men were staying on roads because these guests needed to finish a work and used to make these people work too at night, and village was covered at night with some covering at night. Now, here's where my little brain got scared. She used to say the guests had skin like a love gel and their clothes were so weird that the dirt never stuck on it, rather just float on it. Interesting part was that she herself was from that village before marriage and had seen the guests as a child. Her story continued and my mother was scared but doubted her a little. Out of curiosity, she asked her if she ever met any guests, so she said never. The guests stayed in the house of Sarpanch, while he lived in other house, giving the entire house to them. I got really invested in this incident, as for me it was basically my first chance at seeing ghosts. So I started keeping tabs on the news daily. I used to ask the workers myself about the village and got more and more excited to see these guests. But then the news almost stopped for a week or so and I lost my interest. Until I saw that 2 of the workers had stopped coming to work, one of which used to tell me these stories daily. I asked, but no one gave proper answers. I was genuinely scared, thinking the ghosts had him for telling me stories, and I never stayed alone for a few years after that. But even after him being gone for almost a month or so, we used to get a lot of stories happening around in our city. One was that a kid saw a severed limb in school campus but suddenly gone without leaving a drop. One was that a glowing man was walking in forest in that village. Hell, one was that a rabid animal was biting people and turning them into dust, so roaming at night was banned. I know this seems all over the place, but mind you, I live in a very normal city. Excluding that 1 month, the only time our city would go in lockdown is if any hate crime had been committed or something like that. And that village was so small that it barely had one shop. So as I started growing older, I placed one thing with other, and I still believe this guests or ghosts or either some aliens or just something like that. 'Cause according to what I think, that little covering at night was a dome they made at night to hide something. That a love gel-like skin was maybe a translucent skin. To this day, I shiver at the thought of having some other species living this close. I'm shivering right now, TBH. Or maybe I'm just overthinking about this. I just need to know, is it rational that I'm still scared by that mere description of these guests? I'm using word guest because it's the closest translation to English I can think of. I have to use a burner account for this post to just get rid of this burden once and for all. By the way, if anyone is interested, I would love to share the location of where this village is and you can do your own little research of this place. Post from user FitMacaroon652 at Reddit.